Kyle, what are we gonna post now that your dad's gone?
Well, you see, that's the beauty of it, Tim. You can post whatever you want to post. What's up, guys? You are here at Steve Morris Engines. I'm Kyle Morris, and this is a naturally aspirated 509 cubic inch big block Chevy that we just got done for our good buddy Mike Still, just south of here, Grand Haven. So what we got here is just your basic bare bones NA big block, all aluminum, which is nice. Nice dark block, dark heads, CNC ported heads, CNC ported intake, with the Holley Terminator X Stealth unit on top. Pretty nice little TBI setup. We're hoping for like 700 to 800 horsepower on this thing. So I'm gonna get to work and start tapping on the keyboard and see what we can make. Alright, so you saw we made our first pull there. It obviously, you heard it lean sneeze really bad as I was going up. It's still like super low on timing, super rich. So this is just like our first swing on it. I've not yet really worked on the tune at all, so I'm gonna work on the tune some more, pull some fuel, add some timing, blah 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 blah, and make probably one more hit on it today. And then Mike is gonna be here for this tomorrow around noon. So I'm gonna get busy. Alright, so you just watched that pull. Obviously you heard it kind of like the RPM pull back really hard. It's because it ran into a lean spot where it actually ran out of injector, because this is just a 4 injector Holley Stealth TBI system. So I bumped the fuel pressure up because it's only at 43.5 base fuel pressure, so I bumped up to 60. And that should hopefully help it get some more injector duty cycle out of it, because if you come over here, look at this, Tim. Our burgundy line, if that's the color they call it, is our duty cycle, and it gets up to here and we're like 92%, and then it got right there, and that's when it went lean, is when it reached 100% and just plain out ran out of fuel. If you go over here, look a little bit closer, Tim. I got the camera. You can see it starts correcting like crazy, maxed out. So I bumped the fuel pressure up, hopefully it doesn't do that. We'll run it out a little bit further in RPM. And then I think we'll make one more pull and call it a day. mean, it still picked up horsepower. I mean, 700 horsepower, 655 foot-pound torque. I'll stop the data log here and then we'll take a look and see what's going on. All right, so you saw the graph yesterday. Go ahead and show them the graph. So we're back here early in the morning, and I was thinking to myself last night as I was laying in bed, is like, you know what? When a dyno graph looks like that, that is exactly what it looks like when it's got a spark plug wire off of it. So I went back in there and I double checked everything. So yeah, it looks like everything's on. But I came up to this one and it just went click. So I think that was what her issue was, is it just didn't have one of the spark plug wires on all the way. My mistake. But I just clipped it back on, and we're gonna make our first pull for the morning, and hopefully, if everything goes to plan, which it oftentimes doesn't, this will be the last pull before Mike gets here, and then I'll meet back with you guys when Mike gets here. Still falls off. Dang. So, don't know exactly what's going on with it. I really was hoping that was going to be the issue. But I guess I'll go back in there, I'll look at the data log again. Last night the data log looked awesome. Looked just exactly how it was supposed to be. But we're going to go back in there and see if we can find anything else. Alright, so after many hours of screwing around, and I replaced the lifters because I believe we were a victim of lifter pump up. So actually, sorry Tim, I am going to show them the screen. Yeah. But if you go back, I'll try to open an old. That's the last one it just did. You see it steady climbs. The graph kind of looks funny. It's a little bit wavy, but it does keep climbing up and to make good power. That's it with it fixed. That's me replacing the lifters. But let me dig up the last one if I can here. Okay, so after fumbling through the computer, I was able to pull up the graph, the first pull that we did today, after I had fixed my spark plug wire, which is what I initially thought it was. It did this. So let me overlay the most recent pull. No real tuning change. All I did was swap the lifters and the oil. So you can see it basically follows where it was, maybe a little bit different. It's got some waviness in there that I'm trying to figure out still, but it does carry out further. It keeps going. It doesn't just hit a wall like it was before. So that's what I believe our issue was. So now I'm gonna make one more pull on it before Mike gets here, and hopefully everything will be all right. It still did that funny thing right there where it has a dip right between 4,500 and 4,800. But it comes out here, just keeps on trucking. And I think what I'm going to do to fix that is I'm just going to add a little bit of timing between 4,500 and 5,100 to get it to come back around in torque and horsepower. Other than that, really, the graph looks about right. It's a pretty small camshaft, not a super high RPM engine in general anyways. So I think that's where we're gonna leave it until Mike gets here, and then we're gonna make a couple pulls with Mike present. We're gonna explain some things on the tune to him and make sure that he's happy with all the numbers. And hopefully we'll be able to call it a day. Alright, so you see we made 674 foot-pounds of torque at 4,100 RPM. Nice flat broad torque curve. 709 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. The only difference between this pole and the pole that you guys saw previously was all I had to do was just make some timing changes to make the graph a little bit smoother. So we're just trying to make a nice smooth transition as we're going across the RPM range. So I think Mike is going to be really happy with this engine. It's going to be going in his 55 Chevy, super cool car. So I'm Kyle, Steve Morris Engines. Thanks for watching.